Watch what's approaching, the supreme moment. Reality striking closer than it seems, don't it? Go ahead, it's for the taking if you want it. If not, the dream dies and you'll be forever haunted. Then confront it.
What's good? So we do have some minor news in the game about some upcoming stuff. I think it really just brings up a good point as to, what all can we expect to really close out the Majin Buu saga, which is pretty much the theme for the celebration of the worldwide celebration period. Looking back on it in hindsight, it's always 2020, but it just seems like it's kind of an up and down motion with, a lot of, I wouldn't say dissatisfaction necessarily, but there seems to be a level of complacency where, it wasn't necessarily up to par like some of the previous, celebration periods. So, with that being said, let's just cover what's available as new information, and then we can talk about, some of the potential misses that Bandai ended up making that could have made the celebration a little bit better. So, in terms of the upcoming events here, so here we go. So, there will be a new stage added to the story event, which is basically the new one that came out during the during the celebration. Now, with that being said, it looks like there will be kind of a Kid Ubu unit coming out as a free-to-play unit. What's surprising about this is typically when they do release this, along with the leader skill, they tend to reveal at least somewhat, what the starting point of a passive skill is. However, in this case, we really don't know anything outside of the leader skill, which is Earthlings category, key plus 1 HP attack and defense, increase of 30%. Now that's the EZA starting base form, so we won't know what the Dokkan Awaken at max level 120 is. And the prep period for this is September 24th, so it's coming up literally here shortly. This is based on JP time, so it's probably, getting close to that period anyhow. But the thing about this guy is it is going to be Extreme Z Awakening process where it is available on that Extreme Z area. So again, this guy will EZA to 140, max SA of 15. Earthlings category, probably leader skill will probably be updated to like 77% or something along those realms. So obviously not as great as the Prime Battle LR Krillin, as the leader or whatever. But it'll be interesting to see how this guy performs overall. One of the few things that stands out is really this is, obviously basically trying to wrap up the entire celebration where they're closing out with, a unit that showed up, a character that showed up at the very end of the saga, obviously, with the world tournament, scene and Goku fighting Ubu and whatnot. But the other good thing, I guess, about this is there are some units that I have held on that are lacking super attack levels, so at least there's a farmable version of the Kid Ubu unit, in the game finally. Don't get it twisted though, the LR Ubu, right, from the Baba shop, you won't be able to raise the SA because I believe that one is like Teen Ubu or whatever the name is. The naming should be different from this guy. So yeah, that's really, this is all there is left in terms of like the last leg of the celebration. It's definitely somewhat lacking. Now, I did create a brief list of this just to talk about, potential EZAs that could have happened during this period, which could have made it a lot better. We'll start with the most obvious ones. And I did include this guy because last year during the 300 million download celebration, this guy did get an EZA during part 2. And obviously I don't use him as much, but in combination with the Goku unit on the attacking rotation, this guy's very, very good. And the benefit that this guy brought last year was the fact that we did get, I believe, the Extreme Z Battle raid event. I think it was the Perfect Cell unit that we fought against. I don't know, maybe my memory's kind of shot where I'm thinking of a different period, but I feel like we had that raid event with the Perfect Cell during that 300 million download celebration where this guy kind of came in clutch a little bit. But I don't know, maybe that's what's getting set up here is we have another raid event coming up to close out, the Majin Buu Saga celebration. Maybe it'll be a Kid Buu, raid event style stuff, but who knows at this point. But anyways, like we're missing some sort of traditional Extreme Z battle or whatever, the raid event style, whatever. More ways to get stones, items, and equipment or whatever. That would be kind of a good way to close it out. The other units, honestly, like I kind of included this guy because I think this came out last year during the Worldwide Celebration too, and of course it's got Ubu on it, so I figured it might be a potential opportunity to get a Dokkan Awakening. I mean, max level 100 currently, so you could definitely get the TUR for it. But the ones I'm most shocked about are these two. Like I automatically assumed these guys would get Extreme Z Awakenings, and I've been waiting for it. This guy would have been perfect, as well as this guy. I mean, both of them are nucleates, where they do increase their attack by 20% based on collecting their specific type key, but I think it would have been prime time for these units to get an EZA. The other one I'm a little bit surprised about is the Vegito units. Like, these guys would have benefited from getting an Extreme Z Awakening for sure. But I don't know, for whatever reason it didn't happen, and a little bit unfortunate about that. This guy's also another one. The Tech Super Boo would have been really nice to get an EZA around this time, and the timing would have been perfect for it. This guy would provide some beneficial value if he simply just got an upgrade. Especially for like the Super Battle Road settings, because this guy will recover 30% of HP in terms of damage applied. So a simple EZA, with some buffs here and there, like this guy could be very, very useful in that regard. So I don't know. It's just a little bit surprising that didn't happen. Now this one is more of a unit that I rainbowed out of a joke, but. It would have been kind of funny if this guy did get some sort of Dokkan Awakening. That would have been pretty nice too. But the last one, I guess, is this guy, right? Of course, this is more or less a special card where it was given out during a celebration period back then, and not many people might not have it necessarily. So an EZA doesn't really make sense in that regard. But considering it's the Spirit Bomb for the very last scene of the saga, well, not last scene, but during the last battle against Kid Buu, it would make sense that they would have done that, but unfortunately they didn't. The one I really, really wanted to get an Extreme Z Awakening was this guy. I have been waiting for an EZA for this unit for a very long time. I personally like this card just solely on the card art. This is when Gohan was pissed because of Spopovich beating the hell out of Videl, so I like the card personally. It's not a bad card overall. Like, it's obviously outdated in some degree, but attack increase of 90% is still pretty decent. You can put up some decent work with this unit, but an EZA would have made it, I'm sure, phenomenal. And I'm just quite surprised it didn't happen. Especially given the theme around the celebration. So I don't know. Like, it's hard to say what they're planning on, but. Kid Ubu is getting an EZA, but is that really the EZA we wanted? There could have been so many other opportunities to, potential EZA units just didn't have the opportunity to do so. So, I don't know. It just seems like overall they could have definitely done a lot more stuff, included. And it kind of like trickles over from 5-year anniversary, right? Where they split it literally into 3 parts, where it could have just been, 2 parts. And just make it more extravagant or grandeur in scale, or whatever the right word is for it. So I don't know, maybe we'll get something for part 3 to close things out, because I think the celebration is going on up until October 5th, if I'm not mistaken. So we still have at least a week or so until the celebration actually ends. Let's actually take a look. This should be the campaign schedule here. Let's see. Yeah, so October 5th are the date ranges for all the missions and whatnot. So, I mean, we still have literally, if we look at the calendar, we have, we have a little less than 2 weeks. So there's still a lot of time to roll out stuff. So I don't know, like, of course, like it's nice that they did include, units, a new unit with an EZA coming up, but there's got to be something else coming too. And based on what I'm seeing outside of Extreme Z area, I don't really see anything necessarily new in terms of like additional stages or whatnot. So I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens. But yeah, I mean, a couple of EZAs, you know, just roll out at least one EZA. Like, I think what would make the most sense is, again, the Strength Super Spirit Bomb Goku and the Int, you know, Vegeta unit. At a minimum, these guys getting an EZA would make sense, in my opinion. But you know, who knows what they have up their sleeve? I guess we'll find out in the next coming days. You know, with the EZA for Kid Uba coming out, and then maybe something else coming out to close out the saga. But you know, one big thing left. It almost feels like we need one more big ticket item to come out to close out the celebration on a better note. So, you know, that's kind of where I stand with everything, and hopefully, I don't know, things will happen. Like, what are your guys' thoughts? What do you guys think might potentially happen for a quote-unquote Part 3 period of the celebration? Let me know in the comments. Let me know what your thoughts are, and we'll go from there. As always, thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys later.